Hey, it's Stephanie Pruitt. It is day 26 of 30 by 30 by 30. 26. And I have to say 26 was a great day. It felt magical in so many ways. It was actually one of the community writing days for this project. I decided early on that, of course, I was focused on being here every day and writing every day, which in many ways was just a solo kind of individual project. But I wanted to make this something that would affect a larger audience and involve and invite many people to be involved. And I've tried to do that in lots of different ways, but one of them has been these community writing days where I gather people from all different circles and groups and areas within Nashville. They joined me to write at the exhibit, and this was one of those days. We actually selected work by Nick Cave. Nick Cave was born in 1959 and currently lives and works in Chicago, Illinois, I believe at the Art Institute of Chicago. He has a history of dance with the Alvin Ailey Company, and he designs these sound suits that have been some of the most beautiful, kind of inspiring, uplifting images that I've enjoyed walking by every day that I've come to visit. Very colorful, full body wear, covered from head to toe. This particular one we selected is entitled Sound Suit. It was created in 2000, let's see here. It's created in 2008 of fabric, fiberglass, and metal. So the body of the suit is woven, very intricately detailed, lots of colors, and then it has a cage, like a metal cage that sits on the person's shoulders, and it's these beautiful metal crafted flowers. So let me read the draft, and I have to tell you, this is a quilted poem draft. So you're actually hearing the voices and words and lines of about 25 people. 25 people who joined me today for a community writing activity. So I'll read the draft and then I'll talk to you a little bit about how it was composed, the process of it. I want you to see the beauty in me carefully nurtured, set free to dance. I want you to see all colors, all kinds. No matter the weight on my shoulders, I move with a crown of blossoms. The different designs of life, dancing the sock hop and cha-cha to the beat of love. I want you to see I was so lost, so damaged, but one day, no, this day, I am all colors of the rainbow. Color me laughter, color me sorrow, color me joy. I want you to see how I wrap the bars of freedom around me. Flowers blooming in my life, only peace can cover me. I want you to see that beauty spreads, and there is beauty in women who have lived lives like me. Just see how we shine with our own rhythm. I want you to see I am not caged. I am not locked. These harsh realities do not keep me. I want you to see how the trials I've gone through have shaped me into something beautiful. I want you to see all women sparkle. All have something special, even me. There is a place even for me. I want you to see I am starstruck by my own brilliance. Shh. You might hear the sound of my joy here inside the garden I've cultivated myself. Oh goodness. So the way the poem, the draft came about is I feel myself cheesing. I feel the grin like wrapping around my head because the 25 people who joined me today, starting out, didn't know what to expect, didn't necessarily know that they could or would write a poem, definitely didn't see how we would possibly pull something together so quickly. And we walked through the exhibit and had small discussions or short discussions at various pieces, different tones of works. And when we got to the sound suit, there are, I think, 4 sound suits by Nick Cave. When we got to the last one that we would be writing on, I asked them to start with the phrase, I want you to see. and just kind of go from there. And it was a quick free write where, don't think too hard, don't filter your thoughts, try not to lift the pencil from the page, and just see what comes out. And then I invited them to read, and this was very short, about 6 minutes. After they wrote, I asked them to take a moment, read what they had written, and just underline or circle a couple of lines that were really interesting to them, something that they wanted to explore more. And then they shared that. And in real time, as they were reading their lines and phrases, I had a couple of sheets of paper and I was writing, and you can see, maybe you can see, that I was writing portions of what they were reflecting back in their writing. And so I quickly quilt them together. So when I think about quilting, I often think of a communal activity like quilting bees, quilting within a family. And so there's a pattern, there's a larger structure that everyone is working inside of. And you have individual pieces coming together. So you're like piecing together the top layer, and then eventually you quilt the top layer with the batting in the center to the bottom layer, and that's how you have the whole composition. And so the poem is pieced together with lots of different lines, but I kind of set the repeated structure using a NAFR with the line I want you to see. And as I'm writing and pulling lines from them, I'm thinking about the structure of kind of balancing each section, whether it's a certain rhythm I'm working within or other structural elements. But the beauty is when they read all of their individual pieces, and then just moments later, I do some quick work on the page and then read back to them this whole collective poem that we've crafted. And I mean, there were tears, there was laughter, there was kind of awe, and there's this moment where you realize that I have been a part of something bigger. I've been a line of a voice that's come together into this chorus of something really amazing. And I guess this is one of the moments where I see how art turns into a material experience. And not material just in terms of something you can hold, but a very real, definite, specific moment where you felt people's ideas about themselves and the people around them shift into something larger and more impactful. And that is so fulfilling. So fulfilling. Especially when this project in many ways has been selfish. 30 by 30 by 30 has been it's felt selfish, at least. I mean, even if with my thinking and planning, I've had all of these ideas in mind about how eventually these individual lessons can be used in schools and, doing lesson plans and community conversations, and all of that sounds like it's outside of me. But really, a lot of it has just been about me as a poet, challenging myself and kind of double dog daring myself into something that I wasn't sure that I can do. And it's taken me away from a lot of things that have shown me how self-centered I can be with my work. And and this can be a really great thing. I mean, we need to focus. I need to focus to accomplish certain things. So it's a great trait to be able to carve out that time and space in our lives to do the work that we do. But considering my life situation, I can't just kind of go off into a cave and write my poems and say, all right, everything will be fine when I get back. I mean, I have a family. I've made some large commitments that have nothing to do with me as a poet. So to say for 30 days, I'm going to need to be at a certain place, which means I need to be in town and I need to do this and I. There have been a lot of times that this has felt very selfish in a detrimental way. And tonight reminded me of the larger value of what I was doing. And of course I can, this is not me like a low self-esteem kind of moment. Me making good work, me doing an important project has value in itself. And there's going to be sacrifice, like that's a given, and I'm comfortable with that. I've made that conscious decision. My daughter didn't make that decision. Other people in my life have not made that decision. So there are times when my projects, my creative work is kind of deciding for them what my availability will be and whatnot. Anyway, the point is, I guess sometimes for me to remain focused and to do the work that I'm doing, which can take me away from other places, it's really helpful for me to have experiences like this that remind me of the value. And I can communicate that to my family and to my friends. Like, I have one sister friend who's probably called me like 5 times in the last 3 or 4 weeks saying, let's get together, let's do this, I miss you, I want to hang out. And every time, like, I'm busy, I'm tired, I'm trying to catch up with work, and I know that that is taking away from our relationship. She understands me and she's not upset about it, but I know that my availability shifts drastically based on whatever I'm doing in my work. There are some times where I just need to kind of be in my own mental space and I can't hear other people's thoughts, and it's a selfish kind of Stephanie creative cave moment. That happens. But it's not without cost, you know? And I recognize that, and I guess I kind of needed a moment like today. I really did. And even that is something that's fed me. It hasn't necessarily fed my family. It hasn't fed my friends who have missed me these last few weeks. But it fed me in a way that hopefully I will be able to come back and kind of mend any of the little bridges, mend any bridges that I might have kind of dinged over the last month or so, being so hyper focused. Yeah, I'm grateful for tonight. I'm grateful for all of the people who participated in the community writing night. I'm grateful for the work of Nick Cave, because his work overall in this exhibit for me has been a real point of energy that I've needed every day. So I'm glad that it's here, and I'm going to go call my friends. I'm going to actually just stop this now and make some phone calls and email some people and catch up with some personal correspondence that I had let go way too long without being answered. So, all right, day 26, you see the number 21. Tomorrow you will see the number 22. And go talk to somebody you love. Go hug them. Go tell them how much they mean to you. And that's what I'm going to do. All right.